Hi, welcome to Crystal Time with Katie and Wine, except today without the wine because it's the middle of the afternoon and I'm at the shop and I don't have any bottles here. All right, we'll start. Today we're going to discuss Amethyst and Citrine with a nod towards I wanted to pick up and add on. There's so many kinds of quartzes out there. I want to talk, but I'm not going to do it today. I'll get to this at a later one, but we'll discuss aqua auras, titanium quartz, all these other new things they've come up with. It's the way they treat the stones and what they get out of it and how it affects its natural energy. We're going to do a video on that down the road here. Today, though, let's start with amethyst. Amethyst is an extremely popular stone in the shop. Everybody loves amethyst. I like amethyst. It just doesn't give me the same rush that so many other people seem to get. And I always used to think maybe it's because it's purple and everybody likes purple. I don't know. The reason it's purple, though, I can tell you that. There are trace amounts of iron and sometimes manganese or something else in there stuck inside of the crystal quartz. And that's when it was in the earth being formed, it's like the natural irradiation that's in the earth. They always say there's a certain level of radioactivity in the crust. Anyhow, that's what it affects the iron atoms in the amethyst, and that's what turns them purple, or at least looking like purple to us. And you know you've got a real amethyst when there's a color variance. See? It's like there's some deep in there, there's some at the tip, and then it's sort of whitish because it's essentially a quartz. It's just been irradiated. On this one here, now that hardly has any color, but it's an amethyst. It's got some purple, but it's mostly white. You can tell even your tumbled stones will have variations in the way they look. If you get an amethyst that's totally purple and there's no markings or striations, you either got an excellent quality one and paid a good penny for it, and or you got a piece of glass. That's one of the ways you can tell, especially if it's perfectly round or it looks like it's one of those rocks from the bottom of a fishbowl, because there are people out there who do that. Trust me, I've seen them. Normally, amethyst is going to look like a natural product, and you can tell, even the tumbled. Now, amethyst is good. People use it for a protection stone. It helps to the auric field. It strengthens it. It helps deflect and negate negative energy. It's like it keeps it away from you. It keeps it from attaching to you. That's why people tend to wear amethyst, because they like to carry it with them. Ghost hunters like to carry it. It's one of the stones. They tend towards the black stones more, but some of them are hot on the amethyst. It's also had a reputation for keeping away robbers and thieves in times past. It just has a general protective quality to it. It's also got a very soothing quality to it. A lot of people use it for stress release or anxiety to calm them down. Amethyst, they just find a very soothing feeling when they hold an amethyst. It's a useful tool for meditation because, once again, it's soothing to the soul. It's protective of the aura. It can help induce a deeper state of meditation. That allows you, let's say, to contact your spirit guides and or higher level ethereal beings. You can use it in meditation as well to help open up your third eye, because amethyst works through, because of the coloring, the third eye and the crown chakra. You can use it for clearing the energy up in these top chakra levels, as well as, like I said, for the meditation purposes, because this is where it works through and this is what it does. Some people use it, let's say, physically for headaches. Now, it didn't work for me when I tried it, but some people say they do. It helps them. They just lay down and take an amethyst, whether it's a tumbled stone or a raw, whatever, and put it on their temple. And in 15, 20 minutes, the headache goes away. Didn't for me, but I have had people tell me it worked for them. I tried an amethyst necklace. I had a big old amethyst up alongside my head. I had one over here, and it's like, after a half hour, I just gave up and took an ibuprofen, because it's like, man, I got to get rid of this headache. But like I said, not every stone is for everybody. Anyhow, The other thing that's good about this is, well, since it's working physically for the head area, they say it can also be used to help if you have earaches or problems in that area, the tendinitis, which is terrible, or dizziness, vertigo, that wearing an amethyst is supposed to help you because it's working through this chakra. So it's working on your head. It's working in this area to try to put your auric field, your spirit, back in alignment with itself, to make things work right. It's like I would use the amethyst and do a chakra clearing on my head and here to, if I had any issues in the head, this is how it would work through a healing to help you overcome certain disorders of the body. And it's also a good stone to have in a sick room. If somebody's ailing and they're feeling crappy and they're in bed, stick one of these beside their bed, or a little, cluster of some sort. They say it's a good sick room stone because it helps to soothe the person's spirit while they're recuperating, helps them sleep a little better, and it also is a good general healing stone. That's why people use it, and a lot of, Reiki people are into it because they like the energy that comes from it when they're trying to do their Reiki healings. Next, okay, that's it for amethyst for right now. We're going to go on now to the citrine, which is another form of quartz. Everything's a form of quartz, I'll tell you. You'd be surprised. You can just tell by the way it looks with the, this is a nice one. This is a 3-pointed quartz. I just love my quartzes. Anyway, as you can see, citrine is yellow at the top, and the reason it's yellow is because its iron atoms are apparently hydrous, whatever they are. I interpret it as they're water and iron mixed together and suspended in the crystal. And it isn't the irradiation that turned it yellow. For citrine, it was heat in the Earth's crust that turned the stone yellow. And the truth is, natural citrine isn't this yellow, not for the most part. Once in a while you do find it, but then it's rare and it's expensive because it's so rare. Pretty much all the citrine on the market and in all the shops, and I don't care what they tell you, it's been heat treated. They treat everything anymore. There are very few stones out there that aren't being processed in one way or another to enhance them. Natural citrine looks more like this, and it's sort of a smoky looking quartz type and clear. I mean, it's a quartz, and it looks smoky because the only time I ever really saw one natural, I didn't even know it was a citrine. When Iliad, the guy who owns the mines in Brazil, was up the one time here last summer, and he's saying, "Oh, I got natural citrine for you, Kathy," and he showed me. And it's like, that's a smoky quartz. He's, no, this is natural citrine. This is what it looks like. And he had this whole big box that he brings out to show me. And it's all these points and clusters and things like this. And they looked like smoky quartz to me. They were sort of grayish, brownish. You could see some yellow tinges on some of them, but I didn't buy any because I thought nobody's going to believe me when I tell them that's citrine. And he said, it is. I said, I believe you, but I don't think anybody's going to believe me. And that's because he said they treat. Everything's treat. You get the yellow, he says that's a treat. I thought, yeah, I know. Well, now I really know. I looked it up and did some research. So that all the citrine you see, they take amethyst and they take smoky quartz and they treat it with heat. And it turns yellow or brown or amber. And that's how you get all your wonderful little yellow citrines anymore. They are essentially smoky quartz or amethyst that have been treated. And it's not, they said it doesn't take a lot of heat, just a little heat will do the color turning, but it turns it yellow. Now that does not take away from the fact that it's still a citrine. It really doesn't, because they're all nothing but a quartz. And it's only the trace minerals in them and how they've been affected by their surroundings that make them a little bit different. And when they do the heat on the minerals here, this is like Mother Earth did it. It doesn't really matter. It turned it yellow. and it changed it just enough that it has this energy that's different than an amethyst, that's different than a regular quartz. Citrine has got this energy that's sort of like it's a rever up to me. It's an energizer. It boosts your metabolism and just gets you going. It can make you happy. It can make you smiley. It's like, it's yellow, it's pretty, it's happy. It has that effect on your psyche as well as your auric field. It's a good thing to have when it comes down to, it's a good diet crystal. That's what they use it for. You make crystal water. You take your stone, you get a glass of water. First you wash it, okay? Soap and water. Clear it up, rinse it off good, stick it in a glass, fill it with water, a jar, whatever makes you happy. Throw it in the fridge overnight. Then drink that water during the course of the next day. You don't have to gulp it all down. Drink it throughout the day. It's supposed, take the stone out of the glass before you start drinking. You don't want to choke, especially if you're using a small stone like this. What happens is the energy of the stone infuses into and affects the water in the glass so that you're actually drinking the energy of the stone and getting it into your system. This would also help for stomach aches and constipation and digestive problems, things that are down in here. This is where it works through your solar plexus or your sacral chakras. It's a yellow stone. It works out of your body from here. It helps with self-esteem. It can help with willpower and, like I said, the energy. I personally can't work with it too much because it overstimulates me. But some people just have a natural sluggish they need it, and it makes all the difference in the world. And like I said, citrine is essentially, it's a good stone for dieting in that way that it's not going to make you turn skinny overnight. What it does is by boosting your metabolism, you're burning more calories, so it helps you lose weight gently. It doesn't do anything about your appetite. That's up to you. But it will help with your willpower. If you give yourself a little talking to, you can probably control that better, and this will help. Let's see, stomach, digestion, that's basically what it's good for, and making you happy. If you're feeling down, it's a good happy stone. And there's some say it attracts abundance and good things to you. And I don't know if that's just because you're feeling good and you attract good, but that I've read that in many places that it does that for you as well. Well, so much for citrine now today. I think we're getting to the end of our time limit here. Next time, I'd like to discuss selenites, because I love selenites. I love them all, let's face facts. I love the towers because they remind me of the movie Superman when he was in his Fortress of Solitude. Look at those puppies. You can get little ones. You can get big ones. They even come smaller than this. You can get them in wines. You can get them in sticks. I make selenite grids. That's what I sleep in every night. I swear to God. They're wonderful. I just have them all around my bed under the sheets. And it's like I'm sleeping in a crystal grid every night. Anyway, we'll talk about selenite next time. Till then, take care, and thanks for joining us here at Crystal Time with Katie and Wine.